take the breaking news. Thank you, Vera. We'll get back with you now. This LA County deputies are in pursuit in South LA.
Yeah, let's go over to Gil Labus. He's overhead in Sky 5. Gil.
Well, Sharon, Mike, a little complicated pursuit here. It started with Hawthorne Police Department that was in pursuit of possible robbery suspects. It led the Hawthorne Police up the 110 freeway into South LA. They got off on surface streets, ended up bailing out, and at least one of those suspects was able to jump into this vehicle.
Potential robbery suspects here. Hawthorne PD initiating, and Gil, we lost you for a second. If you can hear us, that's a good thing. If not, we obviously don't have a clear signal. You with us, Gil?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I do hear you. Yeah, sorry about that. So we are still here just south of downtown LA. That silver vehicle there is being pursued by the Sheriff's Department. It was a suspect that jumped into this vehicle after the Hawthorne pursuit, and so the Sheriff's Department now continuing the pursuit here on surface streets.
All right.
All across lanes. Look at that. Oh, he's forcing his way in.
Yeah, he's forcing his way in for sure.
Surface streets from South Los Angeles, close to downtown Los Angeles, on the 110 freeway for a time, and now it looks as though exiting back onto surface streets, and again, a very dangerous driver here, a very desperate driver, and there you see the Sheriff's Department immediately behind the suspect again, potential robbery suspects here. Gil, you're back with us. The signal is clear.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. He's just got off the freeway. Almost hit that van. He's trying to get off the freeway here. Now he's eastbound. A lot of cars out here. A lot of pedestrians to contend with. He's going to go wrong side of the road and in a northbound turn there through that intersection. You see all the vehicles there that are following in the chase. The airship was saying that it took off at a high rate of speed from that area up on Slauson. Went on surface streets northbound, and here he is making a left turn westbound. He's now past the 10 freeway in the downtown area now, and here he comes back at us here. So they're going to try it. They're trying desperately to get a pit maneuver, but you're right, Cher, the speeds are a little too fast for that at this point, but he's going back towards the 10 freeway now.
You can see that one car that just moved over to the side there looked a little bit shocked that this was coming his way, as they should be. And now on Washington Boulevard, you know, the driving is so dangerous, and now even the officers are driving on the opposite side of the road just for a second there, just to keep up with this car.
They're doing a great job staying right behind it. The airship overhead from the LA County Sheriff's keeping an eye on it, calling the pursuit for those officers there. We're going to have some heavy traffic there. He's going to go wrong side of the road, and there's a bus, city bus, coming right at him. Oh, he's going to squeeze through. Man, oh man, can you imagine? Here he goes. He's going eastbound now here on Adams.
This is just incredibly dangerous, particularly in this part of Los Angeles at this time of day. So much cross traffic, the potential for pedestrian traffic, shorter or lower tolerance or patience from drivers at the end of a workday. You just want to get home. And to see something like this, certainly unexpected and frustrating to be sure for people in the neighborhood dealing with this. This is just remarkably dangerous as this driver continues to flee deputies here. And again, this is not the driver that was initially involved in this pursuit from what we're understanding. And again, a second driver that is doing all he or she can, a very desperate situation, which certainly adds to the danger. Gil, they're tracking this again from the air as well, and no sign of letting up on the ground by deputies.
Absolutely not. You see the 3 units that are in pursuit there. Southbound on Broadway. He's got cross traffic, heavy traffic. He's going to squeeze through. Oh, look at that. Man, he almost hit that white car. Fortunately, that white car left just enough space there for that car to get by. It doesn't look like he hit it, but wow, what moves out here. Such heavy traffic, such a dangerous situation. Wrong side of the road here off of that diagonal, and boy, this is so dangerous.
It's surprising how this sheriff's deputy is able to keep up with his car, you know, on all the turns, and it looks like he's just raring to do that pit maneuver on him, even at speeds of 70-something miles per hour. We always talk about how these pit maneuvers have to be just the right kind of situation and the right kind of speed. It really depends on
Thank you, Louise.
you know, what's happening in the environment around them as well. A residential neighborhood that this pursuit is going through, and it's just incredible how they just keep on going through all of these streets and these really sharp turns and squeezing through cars and buses, and that the sheriff's deputies patrol car, they're just keeping up with it.
And you saw that pedestrian there running across the street to get out of the way of a situation. Just so many obstacles here. Gil, are we just west of downtown?
We are actually southwest of downtown right now on, this is 43rd off of Menlo, going westbound still. And the traffic here is just a nightmare with all the people out on foot and people in cars. Here we are. He's going to turn into is this an alleyway? No, this is going to be a parking lot maybe? Wow. Shopping area. He's going to go through there, but and then back out onto the main street here. This is going to be Vermont. He's going to go southbound on Vermont. We might see the pit here. Let's see. It might be slow enough. They might have it. No, they're not going to take the chance. Too much traffic. Another unit blocking there, that intersection. That's good news. About 60 miles an hour. Hard on the brakes here. He's going to make a right-hand turn. Every time that lead unit, the deputy's vehicle gets close enough to the vehicle, the driver is able to turn off onto a road and avoid the pit. So here he's going to be blocked by traffic. People there with cars that are stopped. He's going to squeeze through. Oh, man, don't hit him.
Wow.
He's got nowhere to go
they're
for the
trying
meantime.
to keep him in there.
Yeah, for sure. They tried to box him in, but now the officers are having a hard time squeezing through. He's southbound here on Kansas, and he's going to go right-hand turn there. So the airship is keeping an eye on him. If the units on the ground lose him, they know exactly where the driver is at this point. But again, we are confirmed a robbery suspect inside this vehicle. And right now, the vehicle is actually heading back to where the initial pursuit terminated.
Bro, just pull over and put your hands up, bro. My baby is in the car, Dayon. Bro, my baby is in here, bro. Bro, Dayon, just pull over.
I understand.
Let us out.
Cause he's
A lot to think about for those deputies there that are in the lead. They're keeping their eyes out for any pedestrians or cross traffic situations.
Bro, get out, bro.
Bro, I promise I'm not gonna do nothing but you on
Bro,
the phone.
look at what the you doing. You talking about you not gonna put us in danger. The last thing you doing should be on live. And you sitting here on live like this. Gave to you, bro. My baby's in danger.
Bro, this is my baby too.
Okay,
You
then
think
go
I'm
over. You give a about her, bro. Let us the out, bro. Bro, let us out. Oh my. Say y'all, let us out. Bro, let me and my baby out. Pull over.
Bro, I don't wanna go back to jail. I don't.
Bro, I
You know.
get it, but at the end of the day, it's over, bro. It's over. It's reality. Reality check, bro. Just stop. Pull over.
You wonder, what it might sound like to everybody that's at home at this time with all of those police cruisers with their sirens going.
Still westbound here on, it's actually, I think, Florence is what we're on. He's going to come back towards us now off of Florence and Gramercy's turning on here.
We are watching the LA County Sheriff's Department in pursuit, a very dangerous pursuit of robbery suspects, a pursuit that was initiated by Hawthorne Police. You have an interesting situation where the driver of this car was not the driver of the initial pursuit.
There have been times where there were speeds on surface streets of up to 80 miles per hour, and the LASD sheriff's patrol cars were able to keep up with this car. Every turn, every twist, every squeeze through vehicles, and truly creating a major danger for this area in Los Angeles.
Pursuit underway right now. Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal with more on this. Hey, Des.
Hey, Pat, here we go. This is a pretty wild pursuit here. It's been in streets of South LA, downtown LA, and pretty close to Inglewood right now.
But now that he's made some of these moves, they have given permission for the ground units to re-engage. However, they have fallen.
I hear you.
That it is a robbery suspect out of the South LA station. We do know that there's some damage there to the passenger side, but we're not sure if that happened during this pursuit or not.
Pull over so you can see her. Pull over so you can see her. They're not chasing you. You might as well get out and run. The bird is not out. Get out.
The bird is right there on top of me.
Brody, get out.
You weird.
Bro, get out, bro.
Bro, I know y'all to death.
Bro, you gotta run, bro. Just run, bro. You can't fucking get us killed, bro. Bro, Dayon, stop. Look, they finna crash into us. Dayon, just please pull over. Dayon, just pull over.
Them as he continues southbound on Overhill Drive.
The other difficulty that we're facing is we're getting that much closer to LAX, which makes it more difficult for the police ship to be over the pursuit as well.
Just blasting through stop signs again. Rush hour traffic coming out into another busy street on La Cienega. That person there had to slam on the brakes. So we'll see how they're going to behave on this one. Up on the, I think they're up on the sidewalk right there. Pretty close to it, up on the right shoulder anyway. So this is just incredible desperation at the worst time of day for something like this to happen.
Are they pulling off from behind, Desmond? Law enforcement, or are they still following closely? And the reason I asked that question is because of how, I'm going to use the word crazy, that this I'm assuming it's a guy started driving, how fast on the wrong side of the road. When it gets that dangerous, we know sometimes that officers will
Southbound.
pull up.
Wow, over the divider.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, now definitely in the wrong direction.
Boy.
There's no response time with the speeds that he's taking, and it's only a matter of time before he collides with somebody.
We saw what looked like damage on the passenger side, so this car has already gotten way too close for comfort with at least one other vehicle.
Culver City PD obviously monitoring this pursuit as well. They will not get involved in all likelihood unless they are requested to do so. But right now, it is in the hands of those deputies now head-to-head with some of this oncoming traffic on Culver Boulevard over the median and back into the correct lanes, getting closer and closer to downtown Culver City, making a right turn on LaSalle Avenue back into a residential street. This may be the end because there are not going to be a lot of exit opportunities out of this neighborhood.
And at this point, you're pretty close to airspace now, aren't you?
I'm sorry?
Are you getting closer to LAX airspace?
We moved away. We're a little further north.
Okay.
We're north of the Slauson boundary, and now we're well into Culver City proper.
You haven't been in a residential area in a while. Really would just frankly love to see this suspect. Oh, he's going to push his way right there. Might have traded a little bit of paint right there. And this might be a Kia Stinger, I was just noticing as well. If that is the case, it's actually the most competent vehicle in the Kia lineup. It's basically a sports car. I think it's one of those. I'm actually not entirely sure, though. But regardless, I mean, this person is driving this car like a crazed Lamborghini or something, just all over the place. And again, it sure looked like they made some contact with that vehicle, light contact, but going to be very unfortunate for that person if there's any damage that they're going to have to make an insurance claim with. So that it hasn't already ended in a wreck is frankly miraculous.
Wow.
Blowing through another red light now as we make this turn.
Smaller streets going 60 miles an hour. There's no reaction time when
Going the
they're
wrong
moving that
way.
quickly.
Oh no! Look at this. He is gunning it, going the wrong direction on Jefferson Boulevard. Look at all of the traffic there is here. He is having to navigate traffic going in both directions, zigzagging across the median here, just trying to get around anybody in his way. And now I expect that we may see some additional mutual aid join forces here. But look at that. Those three primary units are right behind him still. LA County Sheriff's Department not giving up on this guy. This is a dangerous driver behind the wheel of this vehicle. And despite whatever crimes have been committed, they may have been willing to put this into surveillance mode earlier, but it certainly appears that they are not letting up at this point. They are putting a lot of pressure on him, and that is partially the reason why I think we're seeing some of this more agitated driving. Again, you pointed out, Ellen, he's got the windshield wipers on for whatever reason. Unclear what that's about, but you know, these guys sometimes do crazy things for no reason at all, depending on their mental state and depending on what's going on inside that vehicle. But again, he's just zigzagging through a very residential street here, once again, in a back alley. This is Parham Drive near Wright Crest Drive in Blair Hills. These are all very residential streets with cul-de-sacs and dead ends.
You got drivers who, again, are not expecting this coming up behind them.
Lena Wee Avenue, and just narrow streets, barely even being able to take these turns, kind of looping around this neighborhood. But the authorities, hot on their tail here, they are not going to let them get out of the car and run easily, that's for sure.
And as you mentioned, Desmond, at this point, it looks like they probably don't know exactly where they are.
All right.
Not really knowing the next move, just sort of desperate.
Yeah.
Probably knowing like, okay, yeah, eventually something's going to happen here. I just don't know exactly what or when. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Okay. This is a dead end. He saw. Yep. He saw the sign that said no outlet, and he tried to turn around, but the authorities were not going to let him. So we'll see. It says no outlet, but sometimes there are streets that say that, and then there actually is an outlet. Nope, this really is a dead end. So I think they're going to get out. Maybe going to get out and run. Let's see. You definitely don't want to do that. You do not want to back up into the sheriff's deputy's vehicle, or this could go south really quickly. So now is the time to give up, dude. This is over.
And so the Sheriff's Department will begin a waiting game here, and there you go, put a spike strip right behind the car, and it looks like the plan to surrender is underway.
Well, now all of a sudden, he's got the hands out like he wants to. Oh, I think we might have just had a pepper ball go in there. He's got his hands out.
There's a person in the back seat.
Oh, okay. Wow, so there's someone in the back the whole time. I do see a little bit of movement there in the back seat, but not much. And still, I mean, you're sitting here hooting and hollering. Oh boy.
He's holding a baby.
That's, oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Wow, I can't even believe this. So to think that they were doing this kind of driving with a child in the car, absolutely unbelievable.
Did you say they pepper ball this vehicle, Des? And I wonder, my other question too,
it certainly
from the back,
looked like it.
Okay, they're opening the door and hopefully.
And you know those windows are so dark, they wouldn't have been able to see that baby in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There's right, and then if the baby was in the back seat, as they're supposed to be when they're this small, and look, this is a very little child right here that is in their arms. This isn't even a toddler.
Okay.
This is definitely an infant.
The
and
back
so now
door is opening.
Getting out with the infant, and there's going to be the other person involved in this.
Looks like it's a woman in the back that's now holding the baby.
Oh.
And she's getting out.
She's out with the baby, thank God.
This is interesting. So, all right.
One last hug and kiss.
So, yeah. Wow. Now, there's still, okay.
Well, guys, we haven't seen something like this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this was his wife or girlfriend that picked him up, or what the deal is. But so we do believe that this is the suspect.
Right.
And maybe, he put her in the back seat. I mean, it's still just kind of, this certainly looks like the suspect that they thought from the other pursuit, now getting out after all of that outpouring of emotion. But the inevitable here, the end of this pursuit.
And you wonder,
it will be
guys,
ending here shortly.
Did she come to pick him up? Did she come to stop him? From what he was doing to try to get him to stop. You just never know. I guess we'll find that out later.
And that'll be all part of what they're going to have to figure out. What involvement, what knowledge did she have? Did she know he was running from law enforcement, or did she just think, I'm picking him up and let me jump in the back seat with the baby? What we would hope is that she didn't have any involvement in this, and the baby can hopefully stay with her, or at least some sort of relative. But just a really wild turn of events
that we didn't realize until the very end. This was just so dramatic.